About H-1B visas. Let's go.
I keep seeing stuff all over TikTok about this H-1B visa thing. What's an H-1B visa, and what do you think about what's going on?
An H1, it's how I came to this country. I mean, not how I came to this country. I came on an F1 visa as a student, and then when I graduated, I got an H1B visa. An H1B visa is like a non-immigrant visa. You're not emigrating, but you're here like temporary work permit.
Okay.
And you have to have a certain skill level. I think you have to definitely have a bachelor's degree or higher, and the job has to require those skills. And it's a process basically where the premise of the H-1B visa, why it's there, is because we don't have enough, the U.S. domestically doesn't have enough skilled labor or skill sets in its labor force to meet that type of job position. There's not enough. There's a lot of demand, there's not enough. And it's usually in the tech world. I came in finance, right?
Now, let's stop right there real quick. Let me read these comments. And I saw this video already, right? I already saw this video, and I read most of the comments. But these two comments right here, the first two comments on this video, to me, pretty much debunks what this guy is saying. Let's read it real quick. Sorry about that. It's by Books Coffee Garden Witch. Love the name. Love the name. But she says if they were serious, the U.S. government, if the U.S. government were serious about improving the labor force, they would put money into our education system from the bottom up. This administration doesn't care at all. I agree. Pour more money into education in this country, the U.S., and I think this would solve the problem. It needs more money. It needs more funding. I agree. The next comment is from Waymaker. Again, I already read these comments, but I'm gonna let you read it yourself. I'll read it to you. It says, it is not lack of skilled labor, but rather the government does not work to develop the required skill set to benefit its citizens. Mic dropped. Right? Mic dropped. Totally agree. There are enough. Companies just love cheap labor they can exploit. Is that a surprise? So, yeah, these comments, the first two at least, does debunk what this guy's saying all the way. There are skilled labor here in terms of people trying to work in the STEM field. They're here. It just, I do think that education here does need more funding. Absolutely. Let's keep going.
I did mine through finance, but this is primarily tech, right? I mean, and basically allows you to work here. I think the maximum H-1B visa goes for 6 years, and you're allowed to work here but you have to qualify your employer. It's employer sponsor. Your employer has to go and say, hey, we need this person because we can't find the same person to fill the skill that we need in the U.S.
Real quick, this guy, this is his TikTok name, Alex and Dean. So show my man some love. I want to make sure we show some love to the content creator. This is his video, obviously. But yeah, his TikTok this is the name of his TikTok name. So show my man some love. Here we go.
What's happened is they're trying to charge 100,000.
Yep.
I mean, when I came here, this is a long time ago, the same H-1B visa process, but it was different back then. There wasn't a lottery system. Now, prior to now, it was a lottery system. There's only so many limited. Back then it was like every time an employer can prove that they need skill set, you're able to get approved. Like I got my green card eventually and my citizenship starting off with the H-1B visa because I stayed here because of skills and education.
So now they're saying you have to pay 100,000?
Yeah, they're saying you have to pay 100,000, right? Which is ridiculous. I mean, to me, it's ridiculous because you think about innovation in this country. You think about all these unicorn companies. These companies. Look. Elon Musk was an immigrant through an H-1B visa. Satya Nadella, through an H-1B visa. And, there's countless other examples like this. Because we really lack the skill sets. I mean, let's be honest.
He keeps saying that.
The level of it.
I disagree. He keeps saying we lack skill. That's not true, man. Dude, that's not true. No, I do not agree with you at all. There's skilled people here, literally. There are skilled people here. Gizmo Vaz says, I can tell you right now, this person right here, I'm going to read this comment. This person says, I can tell you right now, I worked at Cisco Systems, and the test engineers in Austin, Texas, using H-1B visas were taking American jobs 100%. This is not a secret, man. It's not like we're making this up. The jobs are being taken by other nationals. That's just the truth, you know, and that's not right. It should be Americans first. It should be Americans first to obtain these jobs. I'm American. I want to see more Americans get these jobs before other nationals. Totally. Yeah, man. Let's keep going.
STEM education in this country is kind of poor. We don't have the skill sets, you know, and this to me, I mean, again, of course, I'm biased, right? Because I was one of those people, you know, did I add value to this country all these years? God knows how many jobs I've created in along my positions. Did I steal any job from anybody? Highly doubtful. The data, if you go look at the data, the H-1B visas are actually a huge value add to this country. It's not like, hey, I'm going to hire this person at the behest of a domestic worker and that person loses his job. No, when you bring these people in, they usually create a lot of value in companies, productivity, more jobs. I read in a piece of data somewhere, the average H-1B, you know, worker over time, and the data shows that they create 1.85 more jobs than themselves throughout their lifetime in their career. So they're bringing so much value, and not to mention, you know, how many people in the tech world today. If you look, I mean, you go all the way. Even Jensen Huang's parents came here as immigrants.
So let me get some more of these comments. Let me read some more. This comment says, "We have American talent." Listen, let me tell you a story. I went to a coding boot camp, all right? I went to a coding boot camp, and I cannot express to you the amount of talented people in that cohort. I mean, it was just a plethora of talented developers and engineers. They can build anything. Applications on top of applications. I mean, CSS, the whole nine. Amazing projects were being made by these people, these talented American, people. So I'm not saying that's enough data to prove my point, but there's talent here, man. There is serious talent in this country. It just doesn't get a lot of, how should I put it? For some reason, other people from other countries are taking the jobs. That's true. It's so true. Let me keep reading your comment. You said we have American talent, no shortage, qualified people, just a lot cheaper for companies to pay in India on H-1B. Not a secret. Not a secret. It's called outsourcing. There's no secret here. There's no lie. We already know that it's cheaper to hire other nationals. So this is going to force companies to hire more American skilled people, and I'm glad to see this. I'm glad this $100,000 thing with this H-1B visa costing that much for companies to pay the government. I'm glad it's happening. I am. I'm happy more Americans are going to get a chance to work in STEM. I'm happy. I'm not American, nor am I anti-immigration, but I find it very hard to believe that that with all the universities and colleges in the U.S., that they lack the skilled workers from within. It's not true. It's not true. A lot of people in my cohort were CS. They have degrees in CS. They have CS degrees, bachelors, masters. There's no shortage here. It's BS. Companies love cheap labor. That's it.
It's not just who comes in as immigrants. A lot of these immigrants come in through this program and they have children and their children excel. Right. So I don't understand why they're doing this over some microcosm of data out there that says there's some abuse that happens. But in general, I mean, I don't have to keep even going. Just look at all the best companies, not just tech. I mean, and a lot of other companies now. Most of the CEOs are immigrants, or most of the executives or the founders are immigrants. Sergey Brin, Google, right? H-1B.
Right.
Look at how much they've created. Why are you doing this? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it makes a lot of sense, sir. Americans first. That's it. Americans first. That's your answer. It does make sense. Americans come first. Another great comment right here. Where is it? U.S. definitely has enough people with necessary skills. It's just a way for companies to get cheaper labor. 10% unemployment rate among college grads in this country is absurd. Listen, man. Let me read this comment. This person says it's a total joke. So many amazing people have come here on this visa, at every company I've ever worked for. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. How? Let me kind of break down this comment here. India consulting firms abuse from it. It was replaced by an H-1B worker because of the nepotism that Indian managers, had for the company I worked for. My cousin graduated from Mercer University as a software engineer, but when he applied at a company, they told him they only hire Georgia Tech graduates and H-1B visa holders. Imagine, that's crazy. That's so bad. That's so messed up. Imagine all that time, effort, money, and stress for nothing. Glad I just... They only hire H-1B visas holders. Get the F out of here, man. I'm all for this bill, like whatever it is. I'm all for it. I'm all for Americans being first to be hired. I'm all for it. We need more funding for education, train people more, and this problem will be solved. This problem will be solved. Anyway, again, this guy, his TikTok name is right here. I just want to make sure we show him some love. This is his video. But a lot of things I do agree with the way he says. Like, I'm not against immigrants coming here to thrive. I'm an immigrant, right? Well, not anymore, but I wasn't born here. But I am a U.S. citizen now. But the point is, we're not against people who come here to work. But at the same time, I feel like Americans should be first. It makes no sense that someone that's a citizen for this country, the U.S., went to college, and like this person says, where's the comment at about their cousin went to college and now they apply for a job and this employer only hires H-1B visa holders. What kind of BS is that? That's so not right. That's so not right. Excuse me. Anyway, my name is Oreo DeJuiced. Be sure to check out my email newsletter. I would love for you to join it. You can find that newsletter on my website called juicytech.com, juicytech.com. I post on LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok on the daily. So be sure to check out those platforms of my other social accounts. If that makes any sense. I'll leave all the information in the box below this video, the description box down there. You can find everything I just shared with you, the website, the other social platforms. And you're all set. Much love. Thanks for watching. Hope this was entertaining and valuable. And until next time, peace.